This podcast was recorded on the traditional lands of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the sovereignty of which was never ceded. We pay our respects to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all First Nations people.
Poster Boys. Wow.
Welcome to Poster Boys.
That is Stacey.
And that is Harry.
And we are watching every single film that Robert Pattinson has ever been in.
Regardless of how big the role is, how big the production was.
How much he was paid. Mm-hmm. Because we don't know that.
Because we don't have access to that information.
Yet.
Yet.
If anyone has a hookup, let us know.
Let us know.
If his bank details have leaked, let us know.
We are the first port of call. We need to know this information. I did find on Instagram an account called Robert Pattinson Australia.
Yeah, it's my account.
It's and they have a website. They've interviewed him. I've reached out, but they haven't.
And it's a very mid-2000s thing, like I don't think the fan page, Instagram fan pages, I think very contemporary. Everyone loves it. But like the Instagram fan page in conjunction with like a website where they've interviewed him, that feels very mid-2000s, like Perez Hilton to me. Celebrity blogging.
Perez Hilton. Oh my god.
Yeah.
When I was younger, before I was across celebrity culture, I just thought people were saying Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton and Perez Hilton, as far as I'm concerned, were one person.
I did too. And then in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, that's why he called himself that, with a reference to Paris Hilton. But at the time, I was like, it's so weird that his name is so similar. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And then you grow up and you watch things like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and her name's London Tipton, and the Tipton Hotel.
I'd never watched The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, but I also didn't get that until just then.
Really?
Nope.
There you go.
There I go.
I have so much cultural knowledge.
God, I love when you share.
I'm happy that I'm comfortable to share in this space.
This space is your house. I just clam up in my own home.
I'm just so tense all the time. All right, what are we watching today, Harry?
We are watching The Haunted Airman.
I've done my research, by the way. Not much.
As in you opened the IMDb page 5 minutes ago because I asked you to?
Yes, but also when I was supposed to be sleeping a couple of nights ago, and I wasn't.
Great.
I learnt that this was it's another made-for-TV
I
movie.
know, yeah.
For BBC 4.
I didn't know they had 4. I thought it went up to 3.
See?
I just feel good about going back to our roots in terms of, I don't want to presume, but a shitty made-for-TV movie. That with no budget that no one's ever heard of. The
difficult to source.
Yeah, we found. Well, it wasn't difficult, but it is in 360p, which feels right.
It felt like we were going forwards.
And now, baby, we're right back.
And we're going right back, and because we were on the HD Harry Potter, it was on Foxtel. We were watching on Foxtel.
Not the plug.
I know.
I don't think Foxtel needs our plug. I think they're doing just fine.
Look, I'm open to ad. We're open to ad.
From Foxtel.
Sponsors. However, looking at this still of him, why does he look younger than when he was in Harry Potter? He looks about 12.
Oh, he really does.
And he looks...
I think it's the really neatly combed hair. Reads as like schoolboy. Also, but can I say this may be his huge gigantic face is on the poster. I think this is his first
leading role.
The poster boy is here. The podcast can end. He's here.
This is it. We were building up.
I'm getting the Haunted Airman poster on my wall.
Yep.
And what's that?
If we get a tattoo.
Just of
that poster on our. I'm thinking
the full
thigh.
poster with like credits, like a little bit like directed by, commissioned by, written by, production designed by.
Yeah. So like right thigh can be like that cover image, and then left thigh can be the credits.
The whole. It's like a whole credit roll from the hip down.
Leg.
I've heard worse ideas.
Right, I've seen worse tattoos.
Yeah.
Right. Now, the love line does actually intrigue me.
The love line?
Love line?
Log line.
thought it was called a love line.
I do like that.
Because it's meant to make you like...
Fall in love with the movie?
Yeah.
It's called a log line.
Did you not say love line last
Nope,
time?
I said log line. But I think it's beautiful. It just shows what a positive person you are.
I'm a little bit embarrassed. I'm feeling flushed. Like I'm going a little bit red.
I might cut this, so you never know. Let's get it clean. Okay, and go.
The log line
Yep.
for this does intrigue me.
Oh, hit me with it.
A wounded RAF pilot confined to a wheelchair is committed to an eerie hospital where he starts to lose his mind. I love anything that's to do with, like, people going crazy.
Nice. Because,
Like-
there but for the grace of God go I.
The what? What
There
did you
but
just-
for the grace of God go I.
What do you...
Basically, that could be me.
Literally, maybe that's why I like it so much. It's so relatable.
Cathartic.
But, like, things like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Ratchet, like the spin-off thing that they did.
Yeah.
Like, I love things like that. And...
One more to add to the list.
What?
This.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's intriguing me. And the tags are drama, horror, thriller.
Drama, horror, thriller. Sounds like a party to me.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Drama, horror, thriller. So...
Depends where I am in my cycle. You will understand that if you listen to the last episode.
We've talked about the cycles of various things quite a bit.
And dragons and hair. But there's no dragons in this one, by the looks
That
of it.
we know of.
That we know of.
We get in, his, like... RAF squadron was called, like, the Flying Dragons.
It's just a through line for every single one of his films is there has to be dragon influence.
And licking. Don't forget the licking.
I wonder if there'll be licking in this. Oh, I was meant to tell you as well, because I also tried to find, like, the film for us to watch.
Yeah.
And I found the YouTube one, and I think I saw a spoiler. But I don't know. It was such a...
I think I may have seen the exact same
Oh,
comment, and it
no.
feels so out of context. I'm like, is that a spoiler, or is that just someone bored on YouTube fucking around?
Yes, that's what I thought, because I was like, surely... Like, it was too specific.
Let's write it down on a piece of paper, fold it up, and then we'll look at it afterwards to see if it was right.
Okay.
This is great
No.
audio content also.
Um,
I think I might even remember the exact phrasing.
Oh, really? Are we going to read it to each other?
Oh,
Or at the end?
Afterwards.
At the end? Okay.
Again, incredible audio content.
I know. You got so much. Editor Harry, you can cut all of this.
Don't talk to him. He needs to fucking watch
You don't
himself.
like
He's-
him?
Nah, he needs to work harder.
No!
Alright, I've got mine written down.
Oh, it's...
I like that you read it
feels
with
like...
a pink fluffy pen. Dear Diary, here's a spoiler for the Haunted Airman. Maybe.
This is how it made me feel.
Anyway, okay, Haunted
Okay.
Airman. What are we expecting? Apart from drama, horror, thriller.
Well, it's quite short, isn't it? So
Just over an hour, and I love that.
yeah, and that's great for our attention span.
Get in, get out.
Yeah, don't mess around. So because of that, I'm expecting, like, maybe slow burn for half of it.
And then fast
Yes,
burn. Yeah.
yes. And I'm not usually a fan of a slow burn. In fact, I'd say I hate a slow burn. Not so much in a film, but in a book.
Oh, get to the point.
Oh, I don't have time.
Yeah.
So, I'm expecting a bit of a fast,
Slow burn, fast burn.
slow burn, fast burn. Then, I don't know, because he's kind of also in that poster giving...
It's given kind of Edward Cullen.
That's what I was going to say.
He's so pasty, he's got like yellow eyes
Yeah, well,
or something. I don't know, I'm not seeing the right angle. But that makes me... Oh, it's not yellow, it's just like weirdly...
weirdly edited.
Yeah. But that's making me... He looks brooding, but in a very like Edward Cullen kind of way.
You can
This is Edward Cullen Jr. Senior?
You can see, like, why he was cast.
He was Edward Cullen in this film.
Yes.
In the war or whatever. Because what I'm expecting is the Haunted Airman.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes crazy. I reckon what I'm expecting is if there is a ghost, which there may well be, because horror means supernatural, it means non-human.
Yes.
Could
Scary.
be a ghost. I reckon the ghost doesn't show up until the very, very last scene or like the second last scene, because just like Jaws, the ghost probably looks bad, and so they had to work around it.
Yes.
So I reckon it'll like be building, it'll be really tense, really dramatic, and then build to this final climactic moment, and the ghost will be laughable. It'll be Casper the Friendly Ghost.
It
In a
was
bed
like
sheet.
when we watched the Dragon. I still can't.
Dark King and the Dragon King. which
Yeah.
we can't leave in the past.
No, we have to mention it every episode.
Yeah.
But it's the fact. Do you remember when they zoomed in on the chopped off head for so long?
Because they spent so much money on that chopped off head.
Yes, and I think
Yeah.
that's the same thing. Is that, and again, a film title with dragon in the title. We saw the dragon for maybe 2 minutes of a 2-hour film.
One scene.
One
And
scene.
then her corpse a couple times.
Yeah.
Or his, yeah.
Her corpse. Fafnir was.
Fafnir was technically a man, but I think it's much funnier for it to
Was-
be like diva.
I thought Fafnir was a girl dragon.
Well, Fafnir's a dragon. Have I ever told you as well that there was...
Dragons aren't real.
What? No, one of my friends, they were visiting their family, and they said to their dog, "Oh, good boy," and their dad went, "Millie's a girl," and then they went, "Millie's a dog," and then their dad went, "Yeah, a girl dog."
It's important. It's
Dog doesn't care. And I don't think the dragon definitely doesn't care. The dragon's dead, and we can't let it go.
I know. That's the real thing here. So yeah, we're expecting ghosts, low quality ghosts,
We're expecting low quality ghosts at the very
at
end.
the end of the fast burn.
Slow burn, fast burn, quick ghost.
I'm also like it looks older than 2006,
Well, it's a period piece. It's
and you can tell they've
It
tried
says
to.
the war. Which one? Probably World War One. That's a bit lighter. World War Two is a bit
Does
heavy.
it say? In the
It just said, all right,
story? World War Two.
Oh, World War Two. Oh, grim.
The character is called Toby Jug, and he's hit in the spine.
That'll happen.
That'll. The
Then you
war
hate
will
it when
do
your
that.
jug gets hit in the spine. Don't read too much.
Can't
Don't
re-
read too much.
Can't relate.
All right. Should we just?
Let's get into this 360p delight.
Is going, just so we're all aware. No one's saying any slurs. No slurs on mic, please.
That was your first concern.
Watch yourself. No slurs on mic, please. Based on Dennis Wheatley's The Haunting of Toby
book?
Jug. I get why they dropped the Toby Jug from the title.
Yeah, it's not
not catchy.
It's not snappy, is it?
No.
Of course. Mrs. Jog?
Mrs. Jug?
Oh no.
That's a cruel hand to be dealt, Mrs. Jug. Oh god, remember when you could smoke in hospitals?
Those were the days.
I mean, you still can if you're sneaky about it.
Well, I suppose you can't have a bunch of madmen crossing lines with the normal people.
At Lanford, we don't use terms like mad and normal. Everyone is psychotic to some degree.
I love her.
Oh my god.
I'm obsessed
stop.
with her. Hey now, we don't say mad, we don't say normal. You're all
You're all psychotic.
Very impressive woman, your aunt.
Oh, aunt.
Is he gonna smoke the whole movie, like start to finish? Is his whole personality smoking?
Yeah, in lieu of having a character. Here, have a cigarette the whole time.
I'm full of hope that soon I will come home to you, and we will have a future together. Not as aunt and nephew, but as a woman and a man.
He wants it bad.
No! Oh, I didn't want. Oh, for God's sake!
The Haunted Airman.
He wants his aunt.
More like the incestuous Airman.
Yeah.
It's probably like a relation through blood, not marriage. I mean, no, opposite. Marriage, not blood. Marriage, not blood.
Still. No, I feel uncomfortable.
Well,
Go back to smoking.
Go back to chain smoking.
Mustn't forget between the toes.
All right, Quentin Tarantino.
One of his earlier works. Yeah, go on, go. Have another cigarette.
I know.
Imagine if these are all blunts. He's blitzed out of his fucking mind.
Can you imagine if this was filmed now? He'd just be vaping the whole time.
Cleared for takeoff. Chugs away.
Jugs away. When you get flashed, but you go into it. Oh, jugs away.
Where is he going?
Making a break for it. He's on the lam.
Will I feel like that all the time here?
I went to the gates today.
Twere locked. That feels like a very vaguely posh English thing to do, just like mash words together.
Oh yeah.
Thusly, twere locked, they were the gates.
That's how I learnt to read and write.
Stop playing all these like ball sports in front of the man who can't walk.
Yeah. It's insensitive.
It is kind of fucked up that they're in like this psychiatric hospital, and all the fun things are on the ground floor, and his room is apparently on the top floor. But look at that significant grasping of the hands those two men just had.
Oh yeah, strong handshake.
There's actually like a Noel Coward play happening around him that he's just not aware of. Everyone else is having a great time.
During the first year of the war, I used to drive an ambulance. I can still do the making with one hand.
She's a legend.
I have a lot of friends who are nurses. I'm gonna ask if they also do rollies for the patients.
Whilst they're driving the ambulance.
Yeah. And calling their patients psychotic.
Close your eyes. Feel your limbs getting heavy.
Is he hypnotising
Oh
him?
my god, it's hypnotherapy.
The flesh on your arms, the muscles falling from the bones.
No, he's just doing mindfulness.
Mindfully think about the flesh dropping off your bones.
Amatul. Hours of oblivion guaranteed.
Not how you give medication.
Yeah.
Hey girl, this one's gonna knock you the fuck out. All
Let
the
me know
best.
if you need anything.
I've run out of matches.
Well,
course
I
you
wonder
have.
why. I wonder why you've run out of matches, Toby.
Now you don't need a lamp.
No, because you should be going to sleep.
Also because he just took a knockout pill. Like,
Yeah. I wonder if the relationship with his aunt is necessary. If there's a reason for it.
if they're like, now we gotta sex up the beginning a little bit. So
Yeah.
what if he wants to fuck his aunt?
They're like, oh, okay, so does that tie into like the haunting or his psycho? No.
Just character notes.
Oh no, is this going to be a letter from the aunt?
Dearest Toby, what the
What?
fuck? Why the candle? Read the letter later. It's not that important, not time sensitive.
You don't got red receipts on.
It would be so lovely to hear from you. I haven't had a whisper since we parted.
They've not been sending his letters.
Oh my God. Yeah, because they're fucked up and freaky.
They've gone through clearing.
Yeah, they're like,
Did not
oh, no,
pass.
no.
We are not sending this.
This filth.
My dear Toby, I must apologize. I'll send her yours tomorrow with a note apologizing and explaining everything.
So I'll send her this fat stack of filthy erotica that you've been writing over the past 2 months, all at once.
So you know everything.
Yes.
No follow-up questions.
No. That's all. Yes is a full sentence.
Yes, is a full sentence.
I hope I'm not intruding.
You are.
You forget I've read your letters.
Don't mind. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I don't like it.
Say no more, say no more.
I know how that filthy little mind of yours works, boy.
Oh my God.
Toby's free to leave any time.
No, he's not.
No, he isn't. How?
He's in a wheelchair. The gate is locked.
He tried to go to the gate.
I shall write immediately and have some of my things sent down.
Wait,
Go
is
to
she
this one.
staying at the psychiatric hospital?
Yeah, because he feels safe with her.
That
there.
can't be standard treatment.
Visiting hours are between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m.
Unless you want to fuck your nephew and then,
And then it's anyone's.
yeah, open door policy.
Yeah. This is troubling. Should he not at least be happy? Like, could he not just get everything he wants?
I really don't want you to go into therapy as a profession. Can you not just be happy?
No, now that his aunt is there.
Well, no, 'cause
Like-
now he's got to seal the deal. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of pressure on a young man to try to fuck his aunt. I know, I feel for him too.
He's got quite hooded eyes, hasn't he?
Like deep sunk.
Like his brow bone is kind of.
Yeah, me too. I got them deep set eyes. Yeah.
I'm just gonna gaze into your eyes for the next 15 minutes.
There's 15 minutes, like nothing's happened.
Was it? What's it? What? Is that a horn?
He's got horns.
Why has he got horns?
10 minutes to the end of the film. All right. Well, now you think you're the devil. Bye.
We need to wrap this up.
Where's Sister Grant gone? I miss her.
She would make you feel better, wouldn't she?
She'd roll me a blunt.
Exactly.
Oh, there's Sister Grant.
Yay.
You know what Hal told us? Your aunt and me? By submerging himself in water, Toby was symbolically enacting a return to the security of the amniotic fluid in which we began our career on Earth.
You know when you have a bath because you want to return to the amniotic fluid of the womb?
Who's trying to show
You know, when you get in the bath and you're like, oh, lovely.
Oh, this is nostalgic.
Takes me back.
This is it.
This is the haunting.
Something has to happen now.
Let's hurry up and haunt this fucking airman.
Yeah.
Dr. Burns has been... His relationship with Mrs. Jog is inadvisable.
His relationship with Mrs. Jug is inadvisable. I'm not mad at the aunt and the doctor.
No.
They can do what they want.
Hal more or less confessed to me. He told me his master was the prince of this world.
We all say things.
You mean the devil?
Who else can control the shadows?
Light switch. Piece of black card.
Curtains.
Shadow puppets.
It's very distressing that you developed such a mistrust and dislike of me.
Toby, everyone likes me.
Why don't you?
God, how many doors did he just walk through?
So many. He lives in an apartment block.
Oh, it's like a sexy tableau. The doctor and the aunt just had sex, and then the doctor went to sleep on the floor, and the aunt got the bed.
I mean... Good. Ew! The sloppy!
That was very loud.
This didn't need to be that sloppy. Why isn't she reacting? Why is she just letting him cut her throat open?
I don't know. Why is he just standing there watching? With the children's choir in the background?
With his shirt buttoned only on like the bottom 2 buttons.
Fabio. That's it? Script editor Ben Evans. Ben Evans, pick your f***ing game up.
Yeah. When do they get good, Harry?
I think that's pretty harsh on Harry Potter. Harry Potter was serviceable.
True. It felt like this should have come before Harry Potter.
Yeah, it felt like he probably booked Harry Potter after he'd already booked this.
Yeah.
And so he was sitting there being on Harry Potter being like, oh, I have this BBC made-for-TV movie lined up. And like, I signed the contract, I'm going to do it, you know, it's great. You know, it's a paycheck, it's my first leading role.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
It was not.
First of all.
Yes.
Predictions?
Oh my god, yes! The spoiler that we thought we saw.
Okay, so, do you want to say it at the same time? I think I have the exact verbiage.
You say yours, and then I'll read mine.
I believe the YouTube comment that I saw,
Yeah.
of the 3 YouTube comments that I believe were on this film,
Yeah.
I love the part where he killed his aunt.
I liked the part when Robert Pattinson killed his aunt. I wrote that.
Which, weirdly, one of my least favourite parts.
Yeah, and all, like, the fact that the spoiler was so specific. I was like, surely not.
Also, the last scene. The last frame.
I don't know where to begin.
Okay, well, let's begin at the beginning.
Begin at the beginning. We're going off your notes.
His name is Toby Jug.
First problem.
Already we have beef. He gets taken to a hospital. He's injured in the war.
We don't really know how, though.
He's in a plane, and something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't have afforded like a big like pyrotechnic like dogfight
But
set.
you know what they could have afforded? A narrator.
Narrator.
just
a rare film where like actually like clear narration would have like.
Yeah, it would have. I didn't know what.
I think it would have been helpful just for context, so that, for instance, in that first scene when they put him directly onto the ground
with no dignity,
whatsoever, they could, for instance, say, as that woman leaned down, the narrator could say, "By the way, that is not his wife; that is his aunt." That will be relevant later.
Yeah, like or some sort of line of when the bomb struck me at the base of my spine. But I saw my aunt's glimmering eye. Do you know what I mean? Like something.
Well, he was saying that shit out loud anyway.
Exactly.
Yes, hello.
He talks like a narrator anyway.
Did they just put him on the ground? I'm sorry, if I was in an ambulance and they took me on a stretcher out of the ambulance and then put me on the ground, I would be
paralyzed as well.
I'd be because you can't stand up.
You can't move.
I can feel the atmosphere. Here is the end of the world, where the living dance with the dead.
Why does he sound like that? He doesn't sound like that.
He, A, don't know the accent, B, first instinct, so pretentious.
Yeah.
So...
Don't like him.
A wounded soldier who's like, I can smell death in the atmosphere, or whatever the fuck he just said. So I'm sorry, so the ambulance was just sitting there the whole time he's been lying on the ground. He could have stayed in the ambulance.
Yeah, he did not.
They didn't need to park him on the ground, like, drop him on the gravel. It's actually, this whole film was a searing indictment of, like, the healthcare system.
Yeah.
The NHS.
Yeah. Literally.
Which didn't exist at this point, but, you know, it's metaphor. There's a troublesome breeze that blows outside, Sister Grant. Pray tell, do you think the devil is the doctor? For I do.
He's an observer. He just comments on everything that he sees.
The people are always outside. They do not wish to talk to me. Little do
I
they
wonder
know.
why.
There is no ramp to the lower floors. How did I get up here in the first place? Couldn't say.
Honestly, this is better.
The thing is that I was watching this being like, it's about a soldier who's injured in the war, who is isolated in a psychiatric hospital in the countryside. He feels cut off from the other patients partly because of his mobility issues because he's in a fucking wheelchair.
Yeah.
The nurse is supportive, but he mistrusts his doctor. Mm-hmm. There's something there about like an allegory for like, you know, like abuse, like how we treat veterans, like abuse of like people with physical disabilities, abuse of the medical system. Mixing that with something like cool and supernatural, that's an interesting film.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't an interesting film, and also he wanted to fuck his aunt so bad. So bad.
It was a recurring point.
Someone pitched the film that I just said.
Yeah. And so I hear that,
and then
but what about...
like, the director was like, I've been wanting to make a film about aunt f***ing for quite some time. Perhaps I can dovetail these two things.
I can't put together in my brain how this was pitched. Like when there
it was a book. It was a book, The Haunting of Tobias Jug.
Wasn't it just Toby Jug? I think you've made up that his name was Tobias.
Just take a bit more dignity. Just a bit more dignity, yeah.
Is it a classic book? Is it like a Penguin classic?
Does it have the orange cover?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
I don't fucking know.
Because, like, you know, you think of, you know, your 1984s, your Jekyll and Hydes, or your classics. Good stories, but...
Well, that's the thing, because people always say that the reason we think older books are quote-unquote better is because... A, we are trained to, like, if something is called a classic and is written in a certain style, we are trained to think more highly of that style.
Yeah.
And also, the shit ones didn't make it this far.
Yeah.
Like, all the shitty books...
They're not still talked about.
Yeah, because all gives a flying fuck.
Yeah.
You're so impassioned.
I just...
You've had a glass of moscato.
I know. It's going down a treat,
and you're
by the
cutting
way.
loose. Oh, you're very welcome. Shout out to my parents.
Let's do a little,
Well, do you know how blind people cheers?
Oh, like this.
Us rubbing fingers together isn't actually good audio. I don't know why you started rubbing the microphone.
Because that's the sound effect.
You should look into my eyes when we toast. It's rude not to. You know how the blind do it.
Oh, get your hands off me.
Okay, this is going to take a sharp turn to, like, gay period drama.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed,
He's like,
because it'd be something, you know?
He's like, you have to look me in the eyes, but if you can't, then just touch...
Just gently graze my fingers with
my
yours.
hand.
I've never been scared of you, Toby.
Well, good. Heaven forbid any of my family members are scared of me.
Especially the ones who want to fuck me.
Do you want to know how blind people say cheers?
Oh my god.
I knew it.
That was also much less intimate than the way the doctor did it. Also, this is like a betrayal. Oh my god, she's friends with the doctor. But also, did he not know that already? Also, how many blind people cheersing do these people know? My aunt also knows how blind people cheers. Maybe she just knows.
Yeah. Now we know. We have that knowledge, and people go, how do you know that?
Yeah, I'm going to say that to someone, and they go like, well, I have to kill you now.
No one else can know. I am keen to, like, I think that's quite nice. Instead of cheersing, I like the little stroke.
Yeah, sure, it makes sense. It's just weird to hinge a whole plot around it.
Yeah, and it's weird when it's your doctor doing it to you, and it's weird when it's your doctor doing it to your aunt that you're in love with.
Yeah, because also the vibe between good old Toby and the Dr. Hal. Toby and Hal, by the way.
Toby? What did you say?
What?
Did you say the vibe between girl Toby?
No.
What did you say?
Good old Toby.
Oh, you said it really quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'm trying to make a point. Get to it. The vibe between Toby and the Doctor, very flirty.
Yeah.
I mean,
one-sided flirtation.
It was a true love triangle. Mm-hmm. Or like a love cycle. You know, like the rain cycle?
Yes.
Because, like, I thought it was like the Doctor has it down bad for Toby.
Yeah.
creepy abuse of power.
Yeah.
Like, weird. Hypnotherapy, like, against his wishes.
Yeah.
No me gusta.
Yeah.
Toby has it down bad for Aunt. Also not great.
No.
This weekend...
More problematic, some would argue.
I wouldn't... Well, it's implied that it's a relation through marriage, not blood. I still think the idea of a doctor wanting to bone down on the patient is worse.
I think they're both bad.
They're both bad.
For different reasons.
But, yeah.
Both on the same level for different reasons.
And then, Aunt wants to bone down with Doctor.
Doctor, yes.
That's how I interpreted it at the beginning.
Me too.
But then also the nurse being like, it's very inappropriate for the aunt and for your aunt and the doctor to have that relationship. I'm like, that's not actually my major concern.
No, that's not the biggest problem that we have here.
Sister Grant, who by the way I love.
Look, Sister Grant, I would never want to insult you because I actually think you were the reason we were watching like that film. It wasn't about.
I don't
Robert
even
Pattinson
hold
anymore.
against her that she turned on Toby at the end because like from her perspective, she's like, man's is crazy.
Yeah.
And also like 'cause she's
everyone's
built
a
up
little
so
psychotic.
much goodwill, like being a G, given decent massages.
Giving him the fun pills.
Giving the fun pills. Rolling cigarettes one-handed while talking about the time she used to drive an ambulance. Sister Sally Grant.
Can we have a movie
Side
about
podcast?
her?
Yeah.
Oh, that's our whole podcast. I was going to say, can we have a movie about her? Like a...
I'll write it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you can be her, like, fun best friend.
Yeah.
No, we'll whitewash it. You can be Sister Sally Grant.
The whole thing just becomes so problematic on
Because
another level.
if you set out trying to whitewash, then it's fine, because you know what you're doing.
Also, something that is just... I don't know if this is chronologically our next point of call, but I have to get it off my chest. The relevance of the horns.
The last 5 minutes, it's like they were like, oh shit, we pitched this as a horror film. He's gonna hallucinate a bunch of spiders. Every single character he's ever met is gonna, I guess, be the devil.
We're gonna put horns on the back of his head.
He's gonna grow horns on the back of his head.
But not even like good
Like,
horns.
itty bitty horns.
Like little
Stunning.
like have you seen a baby goat when they're little horns?
I have, yeah.
They're teeny tiny little nubs.
Well, he's just a baby devil.
It's just a baby
But
devil.
that's all to say. The Haunted Airman, where was the haunting? Crammed in the last 2 minutes.
But what
But what a haunting it was.
what was haunting him? I don't. I feel like I'm questioning my intelligence. I'm like, did I not understand this? Is there something I didn't get?
I think you can rest a little easier.
Yeah, it's not me.
I don't think that this hour and 7 minute BBC made for TV, BBC 4 made for TV movie, which according to the credits was crewed by about 5 people. I don't think you not getting it is a knock on you. I don't think this is some undiscovered like art house gem.
Yeah.
Although you can discover it for yourself by googling Haunted Airman stream online and then finding a YouTube link.
There's a YouTube link with a
But
spoiler.
massive spoiler. Also, he liked the part
Yeah.
where Robert Pattinson killed his aunt.
Did you like it?
It was the only vaguely
Lock him up.
interesting, like cinematically, it was like...
It was uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable. Like he slit her throat. She didn't react. She was like crying as she was dying.
But
he
also-
like kissed her. There was something there. There was a clear point of view.
Yeah.
And of course, the clear point of view was about the aunt fucking.
Yeah.
But
because he did that as well.
but to
Like, they
lead
showed
up
that
to
for
it,
too long.
there was but the lead up to it, there was this weird like he was like attacking her, but it went for about 4.5 minutes, and they were both just staring at each other. While a violin got slowly louder the whole time.
Until we hit the peak. We hit the climax. Pardon
This
the pun.
whole fucking film was just a grab bag.
It was. What was the... Like, when they pitched it... Because this was this is obviously pre-Twilight, what was the point? Is where I'm going. What was the point?
That's a great question.
Why did they feel the need to make that? There was nothing new. You know, sometimes you watch a horror film and you're like, ooh, I haven't seen something like that before.
Well, again, time for me to be pretentious about genre. One of the reasons that horror is such a well-studied and well-loved genre is because it's one of the few genres where you're allowed to make a mainstream movie that is also experimental. Because a horror film audience want to be scared. If you do that, you can do whatever the fuck else you want.
Yeah.
If you want to make... And it's kind of become a bit of a joke now about, like, metaphorical horror of like, this is a horror film, but the real horror is the family unit. This is a horror film, but the real horror is like
societal expectations.
The real horror is like breaking up with your boyfriend or whatever. It's a bit of a joke, but like it's true that in a horror film, as long as you scare your audience, they'll take whatever else you've got for them.
And it's also true that me and my brother were talking about this.
It's true that you and your brother were talking?
We're actually really good friends.
That's crazy. Not my brothers.
You only just followed the Instagram. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Edward.
I see you.
You only just followed the Instagram. And he gave me notes the other week. They were decent notes. They were valid. They were helpful.
What were they asked for?
In mixed company.
But were they asked
In mixed company. His friends heard that.
Whereas we saw our friends, nothing but good things. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Shout outs.
Well, where was I going? Oh, yeah, we were talking about how horror films now are just, and it sounds cliche, they're just not the same as they used to be, but it's true. You think of like The Shining and The Omen and like all of those big horror films, and then you think about ones that are coming out like now, and you're like, what?
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily
scary.
true.
I haven't seen a good horror in ages.
I've seen a couple.
Have you? Maybe it's because I'm so tough.
Because I'm so fucking hard.
Nothing scares me anymore. I'm traumatized enough. We're all a little bit psychotic.
Oh, yeah, what's that? You're being haunted by the devil? Oh, who isn't?
In this day and age, we've all got IBS and we're all haunted by the devil.
Oh, you have horns stuck in your head, driving IBS.
Try having tummy troubles. I think when I think of a good horror that I saw in like the tens, at the cinema, it was, and I can't even remember the name of it.
So stuck up.
But I know the film was, what was it called? If I really sat and thought about it, it's the one where there's like, this is not going to sound so generic. There's tapes. And there's like kids' drawings, and then there's a scene at the end where they're all in the garden in like a circle, and it did something different.
Was that VHS?
What do you mean?
As in, there's a movie called VHS.
Oh, no.
Was it The Conjuring?
No. Keep going, though.
Those are the only ones. I don't actually watch that many horror movies.
It was, and then they did do a second one, and it was actually a very good, like, it was creepy.
Insidious?
No. But, like, same time period.
Yeah.
Like...
Same, like, single ominous word title.
Yes. Yeah. And it was... I can picture, like, the poster for it, and it was kind of like this black and... like, grey thing. The writing was red.
It wasn't Paranormal Activity.
No.
How to say it? Because if you couldn't pull that one...
I used to...
Anyway, that's all to say.
Yeah.
Horror movies can be good.
Yes.
They can be good. Don't let anyone discourage you.
They can be.
Don't watch this film and think, oh my god, horror's dead.
Yeah. Because, first of all, 2006. This was not...
Again, cinema was so young.
It was so young.
The Shining had just come out.
I know. And the thing is you are essentially... When you think about horror, I either think classic horror or like that... Like we were just saying, like that Insidious kind of time period.
Yeah.
Like the tens. The good old tens.
Yeah.
But... you wouldn't associate... Like, name me a horror that came out in the noughties, other than that.
No, Scream was the 90s.
See?
Scary Movie 3.
Not a horror.
It's a good movie, though.
Good movie.
Yeah. Holds up, maybe.
Me and my
Wouldn't
friend...
know, haven't seen it.
Me and my friend did this thing where we watched every single one, like, every time I had a sleepover.
Oh, a few months ago, my friend and I watched Scary Movie 1, and we were like, that was... better than we were expecting.
Yeah.
Not a perfect film.
No.
Had some good bits.
Yeah.
Had some bits.
It's an easy watch.
It's an easy watch.
Yeah, it's quite quotable, isn't it?
It's quite quotable.
And Scary Movie is the one where he's... I think the number 2 is where he's like, that's my good hand, my strong hand. And he, like, puts it in the potatoes.
Number 2 I haven't... I've seen 1, I've seen 3, I've seen 4. 4 is bad.
Oh, 2 is good.
3, I think... It was the... Wayans brothers who did 1 and 2.
Yeah.
3 was without the Wayans brothers, but it was still good. Mm-hmm. 4 was dog shit, bullshit, garbage.
Oh.
But 3 is iconic.
I think you'd like 2 then. 2 is iconic.
Is Robert Pattinson in it?
Then I don't care.
No, well, that just means I have to listen to it off mic.
Oh,
and I don't want to do
true.
anything that isn't recorded for posterity.
It's true.
Yeah. I love posterity. I love posteriors. Posterior boys.
Like, actually, Harry and I don't have conversations anymore unless they're mic'd.
Yeah, no, I don't. when we're off mic, it is hard ice.
Yeah.
Which is a film term. Well, it's a reality TV term. I never worked in reality TV. I've been told.
Would you?
If they paid me.
You'll do anything for $1.
$1. One of your Earth American dollars.
You sound just like Toby Jug.
Aunt Julia, I would love to work in reality television. If only it weren't for the fact that Dr. the Devil...
I can't do. We don't even know his name.
Hal is his first name.
That's not a name. Have you ever met a Hal? What's his last name? Mark?
Hal. What?
It's like Hallmark.
That is so, like... What's his last name? Mark? Got him. Absolutely destroyed,
That'll
demolished.
show.
Julian Sands, who I'm pretty sure was in Dark Kingdom. So this was a reuniting.
Is that the actor's name? Julian?
Yeah.
Julian
Sands. He's not French, he's English. I'm actually going to look it up. Was he in Dark Kingdom? Because I think this was a reunion.
I was going to say, has he done anything since?
Yeah, he's like, I knew who he was.
I didn't.
Well, some of us have culture. Some of us don't. Okay. Julian Sands. Yes, he played Hagen.
Who?
I think he was the black leather goatee man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They do everything together.
So, that's beautiful.
I also think that, and we touched on this in the commentary, it's like they took the first symbol of horror, anything that is symbolic of the genre of horror, and they were like, let's just put that in.
Okay, so this is a psychiatric hospital in wartime, right?
Yeah.
But, like, surely there'd be more psychiatric patients.
You'd think.
But another raven.
A raven! Or is it a crow?
From the previous film.
Yeah.
I never got my residual check.
They travel together.
You know the stories of actors adopting dogs after they're shot with them? He adopted that raven. They keep pulling focus to, like, random bits of the floor, which I personally don't find scary.
I'm not scared of the floor.
Yeah, no, not traditionally.
It is concerning. Like, when you're in hospital, you don't want to have...
Spiders crawling all over you?
Yeah. It's not very settling, is it?
You know what I'd say it is? Unsettling.
Unsettling.
No, not spiders in my hair. That's where my horns are. This is ahead of its time because this was written by ChatGPT.
Yeah.
They said, drama, horror, thriller, World War II, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Incest.
No, ChatGPT came up with it itself.
On its own.
Oh, the scene doesn't feel very spooky, and the director just went, a raven. Fetch me a raven. We're like, I don't know about this scene. Chuck some spiders in there.
Yeah.
What if he zoomed in on the bath plug?
How filthy it is.
What I love is
the real scary thing is how dirty the place was.
God, what I love is when he was sitting in the bathtub, like, in the middle of the night, being like, I'm scared, the spiders, blah, blah, blah. Went to sleep. We kept zooming in on the bath drain for no fucking reason. He went to sleep. The sun came up.
Yeah.
And then a spooky, scary spider comes out the bath drain. The moment's passed. He was so late to set that day. And he was like, oh god, the spider was late. Oh, well.
Whoops.
He's on the, like, we're paying him regardless. We're not using it. Let's just whack him in the drain, I guess.
Yeah, I just...
But we are not hiring him again.
It didn't feel
We're not using that agency.
It didn't feel like... Nothing in this film felt intentional.
No, it was a pure accident.
I think it's a shame. That's what I'm gonna...
I think it's a damn shame.
I think it's a shame. I'm quite...
All these incredible projects that can't get off the ground.
Exactly.
And then this one, to be fair, over 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Nearly 20.
Nearly 20. I was trying to do the maths in my head. I didn't want to...
Oh, God. 18 years ago.
This movie can drink.
Have you finished? What's the end of the sentence? Drink what?
Alcohol?
Oh, you tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him.
I had nothing else to say.
No, I agree. Like, I have so many ideas in my head for films and plays and stories and books.
She's creative. She's a storyteller.
Damn it. I'll put it in my bio.
That's what I hate. Okay, this is not targeted to anyone. I really hate the term storyteller. It really irritates me for some reason.
Yeah. Because everyone's a storyteller.
But also, like, it is... Whenever someone uses the phrase, they're using it accurately. But I think for me, I'm sort of just like, oh...
It feels a bit...
It's a bit childish.
Bitty.
It's a bit childish.
Yeah. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A storyteller. Fuck off, Toby.
Maybe we're just bitter. Because we're
Maybe.
because we're not professional storytellers.
Speak for yourself. Start crying. Catch me crying on mic.
Stories.
Anyway, Haunted Airman. Final thoughts. What are you thinking?
I'm not thinking a lot, and that's my final thought. Is that there is nothing that is worth, pardon the pun, writing home about.
Oh yeah, all the letters.
All the letters.
You get to the letters.
You don't get to the letters, the creepy
doctor
letters.
being like, oh yeah, I intercepted all your letters.
Oops.
It's intercepted.
It's very dramatic. You didn't need to use that word.
No.
What about you? What are
I
your
would
thoughts?
say overall, I'd give it like devil horns. Picture a full devil horn.
Oh yeah?
I'm giving it a baby devil horn.
A nub?
A nub.
One?
It's getting a devil nub. One
one.
devil nub on a scale of devil nub to devil horn.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to give it one cliche horror symbol. You
One
can choose.
raven flying across the moon.
Yes! With a spooky tree shadow in the background. Ooh.
Oh, the tree. He was so scared of the tree.
He was also scared of the floor. Like, I'm always scared of everything. And I think the real issue here is that he is frightened.
Well, I think he has PTSD.
Well, yeah, but
Which, again, is part of the...
they didn't...
That's part of the film that could have been made that would have been good.
Yeah.
If it was about PTSD.
Because, again, in the tagline, it was like, his descent to madness, his descent to insanity.
It wasn't a descent to madness.
He seemed fine.
He seemed fine, and then he killed his aunt.
Yeah.
Also,
I didn't see...
But also, I love the idea of, like, we're making a film about PTSD. What are people with PTSD scared of? No, trees.
The floor, the ground.
Their own doctor. That one's fair.
Yeah. What's next?
Next
Yeah.
is an incredible film. A famous film.
Have you seen it?
No. It's called The Bad Mother's Handbook.
Oh! Is it like a rom-com?
It is called The Bad Mother's Handbook. Herein ends the information that I have about it.
Okay.
It could be a rom-com. It could be a guide to parenting. It could be another horror film.
Okay.
It could be another horrific film.
Well, hopefully it will jump us back to, like, post-Harry Potter quality.
Yeah, let's like that career upswing.
Yeah.
Took a bit of a dip.
Yeah.
Took a bit of a detour. It's fine.
Because he accepted the job, he couldn't,
Yeah. Yeah.
he couldn't.
Progress, not perfection.
Yeah. It's another job on his acting resume.
It's another credit.
It's another credit.
I say that about everything.
It's a credit.
It's a credit.
And that is gold dust.
What?
It's gold dust in the industry. Every credit you have
Is that an expression?
No.
That's gold dust?
Gold dust, yeah.
Gold dust isn't that valuable.
Gold dust.
It's not that valuable.
But you'd know if you had some. Like if
Message
I,
received.
like if you came
Well,
over.
you'd know if you had some. Oh, you don't have gold dust?
Do I look like the kind of woman that has gold dust?
Well, I didn't think so, but now second thoughts.
Well, that's the thing, is the rich never look rich.
Don't see the rich walking around with bags full of gold dust.
Well, look, if I said to you that is this vase, this candle holder,
Ornamental rose-shaped candle holder, yeah.
is infused with gold dust, you'd be like, yeah, that's cool.
I'd probably more be like, why do I care?
It's also a song by DJ Fresh.
Well, we'll go and listen to that in a sec.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget, if you are loving us, which of course you are, then leave us a rating, leave us a comment, come and have a chat, follow us on socials.
Guys, let's hang out. Let's connect.
Let's connect.
Let's connect. One storyteller to another. Let's connect.
Okay, bye!
Yeah.